This is John Beath with Let's Talk Outdoors and Go Fish Magazine. I'm at the 2014 SHOT Show. The first booth that I came to was the Victorinox Swiss Army knife booth. And I'm here with Phil Montgomery. Phil, thank you for joining me. And Phil's going to tell us a little bit about the knives that I like to use up in Alaska. When I saw this section, I immediately got excited because this is what holds up in the harsh environment in Alaska in the saltwater. So, Phil, let's start off with a Little Vicky, because this Little Vicky is just an awesome, awesome bait knife. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Little Vicky comes a couple of different ways. You got serrated, non-serrated, a couple of different lengths, quarter-inch, half-inch difference between the two. But also, this is a great little tool because it comes with the sheath. Great little thing to throw in your tackle box. Keep the sheath on it, doesn't get dull, throw it in your tackle box. And the Little Vicky is probably, we are the most preferred utility knife that we have in the line.
All right, I also see this three-pack that you mentioned. There's this serrated knife right here that is really good for cutting your herring. And if you've got some other bait, for instance, a turbot or some other bait fish that you're going to use, you could use this knife and cut it up quite nicely. And then you've got this one. It just gives you an array of knives that you can use to get the right bait for fishing for halibut or salmon or what have you, or even, you know, cutting down a trout. If you were on the stream, that'd work.
With our knives, it's one of those products that when you try it, you just won't believe it. It's great. The feel in your hand on the handle, and the length of time that the blade stays sharp is one of the selling products of a Victorinox knife.
All right, now, breaking down a salmon or a halibut, here is one of the knives. Now, what do you call this knife? Because this is what we use to get the fillet off, not the pin bones or the rib bones, but this is what we will use up there, and I love this knife. Tell me about this one.
This knife here is a Fibrox handle, and we go in different sizes here. You can buy this larger if you want for the bigger halibut or whatnot, but this is an 8-inch butcher knife. And, you know, all the features and benefits are listed on the back, and whatever your preference is to size and your needs are, we can address that. It goes up from here, or if you want to go down, we go down in size, just depending on what your needs are. But you're right, this also works for game as well as fish. So, you know, I know in Alaska you guys have the game thing going on pretty big up there, so think in terms of game and fish when you're thinking about our butcher knives.
And home use. Now, one last thing on knives. A lot of people really like flexible fillet knives. Now, what do you offer? I know you've got some here.
Very well known, very popular for the flexible fillet knives. We offer various flexibilities too. We have them in a couple of grades of that. We've got different lengths. Small, medium, and large. You pick however big your needs are as far as fish goes. But it also has the Fibrox handle, which I'll tell you a little bit about Fibrox. Fibrox is a sealed material. It doesn't the bacteria doesn't form in here. It's got the National Sanitary Foundation stamp of approval on Fibrox, and that's what makes Fibrox great. And the fit and the feel, it doesn't ever get that slick, slimy feel to it. It has a good grippy feel all the time, and you don't have to worry about the bacteria thing.
Perfect, and this is a knife that I will no doubt use. And once again, it has different flexes that you can order. So if you want a really flexible fillet knife, Victorinox is where you want to go. Now, to keep the knife sharp, what should I put in my tackle box?
You got a couple of options. You can always go with the traditional steel, which takes up a lot of space in your tackle box or on your boat. The steel is just a good way of redressing the edge.
However, there's a scar right here on my thumb, cut all the way to the bone, because I was using this and I didn't do it properly. I didn't have a good protection for my fingers.
You can use a steel this way, or you can use it the safe way is down like so. And
I didn't do it the safe way.
No. It's for redressing an edge. You know, an edge sometimes just needs a little dressing and it's boom, sharp again. Or here's a cool product that I won't cut my finger off. You talk about your tackle box goodie. This is the best little gadget you can put in a tackle box. You put the knife like so, drag it through here. Let me see, right here. Drag it through here. There's a couple of little carbide teeth in there that will really put an edge back on a knife. Keeps it sharp. It's a great tool. Try one, you'll love it.
All right, try one, you'll love it. Now, Phil, thank you for joining me at the Victorinox booth on Let's Talk Outdoors and Go Fish magazine. This is John Beath signing off. Hopefully you will check out this web address to see all of the different models of knives that I highly recommend because they do hold up in the rough, harsh environment of Alaska.
Thanks, John.